Hey,
Welcome
hey.
everyone to another exciting episode,
Where's the
154
energy?
of Altadena Talks. I'm one of your co-hosts, Brian Bacchus.
I'm another co-host, Jamal Smith, and the third of the trio is
Tony Bailey Rains.
that's right. And we have, as you see, a fourth person over here. This is our special guest and reoccurring local fella, E-Dub.
What's
He's
good?
on.
What's good? What's good?
That's right. He's
That's
on
Eric,
today.
Eric, Eric Clarence Williams III.
There it is, B.
We're lucky to have him come on today. He actually reached out and wanted to give a little update on the property that he is rebuilding. He had shared some good news. Why don't you go ahead and share that with us, man? What you told me
Man,
today.
man. So yeah, I just want to share. I share with Jamal and the community. I guess I've been trying to stay involved with this thing. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Brian, you gotta move him. I can't move him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I've been trying to stay involved with this thing from the beginning. As a lot of people know, at first I was against
Army
who
Corps.
is that, the government? Yeah, the Army. I was totally against the Army Corps because I was like, man, the Army Corps was gonna take forever, and I was like, man, this and that. And I went on ahead and switched over, got the Army Corps done. They came in, and I don't know how, but I got blessed. I put my paperwork in. Man, a week later or so, they was talking about, okay, we coming up there to clean your spot. I'm like, well, god dang, maybe it wasn't necessarily just a week, but it was extremely fast. So I was impressed with that, and then. So I went on to we started designing the house and the plans and all that kind of stuff. I'm trying to get this light from right here behind me. So then we started planning. Oh man, doing planning for a house is long. It's long and it's difficult depending on how you're doing it. So our process was kind of long. And then I finally got to the place where, okay, my plans and everything were done. Last Tuesday, me and my architect went down to the help center right there on Woodbury, turned in our plans and everything, sat down with the guy, talked to him for a minute, turned everything in. Last night I got an email, hey man, your plans are approved. So I was super impressed with that. Like, dang, some people had told me that is kind of fast once you go to plan check, but I didn't know, that it was that fast. I still was thinking like 2 weeks or so, but again, and then mine is like for like also, even though it's technically not exactly like for like, but It's within the footprint and it's within the square footage, which allowed it to be like for like. So like they were saying, if you're doing like for like, you're supposed to get some kind of expedition with whatever it is you're doing. So I hope that continues when it comes to permitting, since I'm within like for like.
Well, it's supposed to. That's one of the big things that Catherine Barger has indicated. The governor had indicated they really are going to try to push this. Similar to the conversation, kind of like what we were talking about a little bit before we started the show. They're trying to make it better than some of these other fires because, I don't know why, other than the fact that, a lot of people are probably a lot more vocal because it's Palisades and Altadena. But so far, it's been very good. I've heard nothing but good things about the speed, because even if it's not like for like, Tony and I were talking about, it's still going to be quicker than it would have been prior to these fires. Because prior to the fires, it was months out. So if it's just a few weeks out versus that, I think everybody should be in a good place.
Right.
Definitely.
Now I'm curious. I don't know if Tony has heard how permitting is going. I've had two friends, Latonda Knox is in permitting, and then Trina Mims is in permitting also. And both of them have said that the process is they feel like they dragging their feet over there in permitting. So again, I don't know. I'm not there yet. I don't know what other people you guys may have spoken to, but the two people that I've spoken to, they kind of feel like they dragging their feet. So maybe we can get a fire under them to get them going.
So we had Kendra Mays back on Friday. She was our first builder to come on. She was the first one to come back on, not on Friday, on Thursday. For her, it's taken about 6 weeks to have full permits. well, she's 6 to 8 weeks, I think she said, to have full permits. But she also
Okay.
kind of said they figured out the cheat code. And what she advised to any builders is when you submit for the permit, once, because she does custom homes, right? So it's not like, oh, here's pre-done plans like Foothill Collection, which some people are doing, right? Or going like you did separate with the architect. She's like, here, what did you like about your house? What did you not like? What do you want to see? And she's doing full custom. And then when she gets to permitting, she said that she submits the plans. And then there's a bunch of stuff with the plans that have to come in, like your sprinklers, your solar, your structural, your, all this other stuff. But they submit the plans. And before all of those other requirements, this is me paraphrasing, but before all the other requirements have to be submitted, by the time that person takes a look at it, she's uploaded all those other things. Like they have figured out a way to do it so that they're not coming back saying, oh, now you got to give us this, and oh, now you got to give us this, and oh, now you got to give us this.
Right.
We have it all done so that by the time that permitting and fire or whatever needs to do what they need to do, everything is there. And hers, she said they have gotten this cheat code down because she said she has 8 fully approved permits. She did a groundbreaking this morning at 10 a.m. She did one that I went to last Tuesday, I think. I believe Don Moore's is being done next week, either late this week or next week. Her groundbreaking, because Don's permit is fully approved now. And then she's got, I believe she said 5 more or 6 more or something that are in the process, but she expected them to come out in the next week or two. And Catherine Barger's office contacted her a month ago and said, look, you have more permits than anyone else that are already fully approved as a builder. So will you do a senior summit? And she said, yes. So she's doing that the county, she's going to host it at her warehouse, but it's September 19th. But the county looked to see how many permits builders in the area have or whoever. And she has more than anyone because she has figured out the cheat code, basically.
See, and that's the thing. It shouldn't have to be a cheat code. They should already have it set up where the process is either already standardized. Okay, when you come in, you need this, and this.
But
you know what I'm saying? Already laid out. Okay, then she shouldn't have had to get a cheat code. If it's already laid out, she shouldn't need a cheat code, and it should already be easy for everybody.
Okay, listen to what the cheat code is, Eric.
Okay.
They have determined, because everybody who's building has to go into the same exact system and put all these documents in. Your builder may put the initial plans in or whatever and may not have everything else in until they ask for it. Her cheat code that they have realized after a couple of them where they've gone back and forth, we need this, we need that, is there's an amount of time, I guess, between the time you submit your plans and the time that somebody has eyes on it and looks at it, is what I'm assuming the way she explained it last week is, right? There is a little bit of a time difference. So therefore, they see in the system, okay, we got to have A, B, C, D, E, F in. Let's get it, because we've noticed it's taking, and this is me, not her, 3 weeks before somebody's eyes are on it, or 4 weeks here or whatever. So what they're doing is going in after they've done the initial piece and they're uploading the other pieces so that by the time that person gets it and takes a look at it, they've put everything there and it's all ready and they're ready to go.
Yeah, it just sounds like they're putting it in sooner than most people would. They're just doing it earlier, knowing it's not the full package, right? But they're just getting it in the system early. And as they get the different pieces, they just throw it in there. It's already like in there versus waiting till you get everything, all the ducks in a row first, and then submitting everything. And then it's, just now getting in line. They kind of get it into line earlier. That's just, and that's what she said.
Her internal company cheat code. And she mentioned it and said that on Thursday. And this is the way that we understood it. They put the first piece in, I guess the plans, then they go in and upload all the rest. If your architect or builder or whoever you're going with doesn't do that, your process may be longer because they might put something in and wait to hear back, right? And then that next piece, put it in and wait to hear back, like that. She has internally, they have said, oh, this is what they're looking for and what we need to do. So for her and the way her company is doing it, she used the words cheat code. We've discovered a cheat code for ourselves. If your person wants to do something similar, they can. If not, and it takes a little bit longer, the process is still the same. All those ducks that have to be lined up are there. It just depends on how your person submits everything.
And to be
Okay,
honest,
well, yeah, as long as I'm just saying, as long as they have something listed or they say this is all the stuff you need. Now, whether you decide to put it in now or whether you decide to put it in later, that's on you. But as long as they say, okay, this is everything you need, then cool. Then whatever people do with that, and that's on them.
yeah, everybody still has to do the same thing
It's the
in
same
terms
thing.
of the paperwork that needs to be submitted and the checklist. She just does it early. And what I would suggest, check out that show to hear it directly from her mouth and how she does it. Just just to make sure you get it the right way in terms of how she said it.
Right.
Because again,
And that was
anybody
just
can.
on Thursday.
Yeah, and that was just something she kind of figured out as she was doing it. It's like, you know what? Instead of waiting for everything, we just did it this way, and it seemed like it went a little quicker. And it's not like it's going to be like a whole month quicker, but it is. Anytime you can, cut down on some time, I think it's ideal. But let me
Heck yeah.
pivot real quick. Something you had mentioned when we were offline before we started the show is there was a couple things that kind of got kicked back that AI had seen or whatever, or you had an encounter with AI. Tell us again about what happened with that.
Right. So, so the county or the government, whoever it is, they have a system called Archistar, ARCHISTAR.
Yeah,
I
I
believe
explained that
is
briefly.
how it's spelled. And so what it basically does is once you submit your plans, it's an AI system that goes through your plans and it tells you, okay, this is where you passed at, this is where you failed, this is might be a maybe or whatever. So with mine, because I'm doing a attached ADU. When it read my plans just on paper, it saw the ADU and it saw the garage, and so it just counted it as square footage. We all know, or people should know, that garage is not a living space, so they don't count the garage, and then your ADU is not counted against you. Also, which I didn't know either until I actually went down to the help center with my plans the one other time, and the guy was looking at it, and he said, "Oh, you have an ADU. Well, this doesn't count against your this doesn't count against you. So you're actually below the square footage for like, because like for like." From what I'm learning from them, it doesn't have to be exactly like your old spot was. If you can fall in like for like if you're within under the same square footage also, is what I learned from them. Now it may be different or whatever, but that's what they told me. So with that
is that's been the case. And if people read it on the county website, they changed the like for like months ago and said it does not have to be the exact same footprint. They waived some stuff so that if it's within the footprint of where the house was, you can rebuild it how you like, right? Your bedrooms don't have to be in the same spot. Your bathroom doesn't have to be in the same spot, but that's on the county website. And we read that a few months ago when they made the announcement that they changed it. And I want to say something. I'm gonna let you go back to that, but as a reminder to people, Archistar is not the county's. Archistar is its own private company, and LA County and LA City have now partnered with them to bring Archistar make it available to people so that people can submit there. So, because I know you said you weren't sure if it was the county or the state, so I pulled it out.
I don't know whose it was.
Yeah, Archistar is a private company, but they do it. And they have the city of Vancouver, city of Austin. They have people all over the world that are using them. So they are their own private AI company that helps with fast tracking building permits through this AI assessment, right?
Oh, okay. Okay.
And the county announced that as well, that they partnered with Archistar to bring this technology to make it available for what's happening in Palisades and Altadena and whatever, right? For the city of LA partnered with them and LA County partnered with them. So I just wanted to give you that information because you said you weren't sure. So
yeah, I didn't know who it was.
Yeah, no problem.
So when they read my plans, like I said, because it's just lines on a paper, it read certain stuff as square footage that shouldn't have been read as square footage. And like I was telling Jamal earlier, hopefully with AI or with the system down the line, maybe they'll do something where when plans are being designed, certain lines are maybe highlighted. So it can recognize, okay, this isn't counted, or this shouldn't be counted, or this should, or that shouldn't, and maybe the system it'll help the system learn. So, but I thought it was extremely helpful. It is on everybody to decide what works for them, what doesn't work for them. But again, I used it, and actually when I went to planning, I turned because once they go through the process with Archistar, they give you a complete breakdown or whatever. So I used that breakdown when I went to plan check also and turned that in. So I don't know how much it helped or not, but yeah, I turned that in also.
Since it's a tool they've been promoting, I'm pretty sure it factored into, getting your stuff approved rather quickly. What I'm curious to know is the next step. When you do the permits, please, let us know how that update goes, because
definitely,
just definitely curious. It's not going to take the months though. So as Tony indicated, as a builder, is taking, Kendra like several weeks, like 6 weeks or so. So curious to know how long it takes with you, because you're not using a specific builder, right? You're using your own folks. So yeah, let us know how it goes.
We're gonna subcontract all the work. I'm waiting on I had to go get a survey, so I'm waiting on the guy to do the topography. He said about within the next 2 weeks or so the topography should be done, and then I'll start looking for bids on foundation. So
nice.
Go from there. So I just wanted to tap in with y'all.
Yeah, we appreciate that, man.
Well, I'm glad you came on because you and I on regular phone calls have gone at it because you're a bit of a hard head. Like, oh, I'm not doing this T and I'm not doing that, and I'm like, you're done. You need to do this, and you need. I'm super glad you came back on and said, yeah, I did this and I should have done this or whatever, because you could admit that.
Well, it was all a learning process, right? We all came in not knowing
about little
because my thing was, and somebody was, somebody was the last person on the last block to get done. You know what I mean? Even with this process, somebody had to be last. I didn't have to be first, but I didn't want to be last. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't know how long the last person was going to be. You know what I mean? So now somebody somewhere, like I said, was last. I don't know who on what street, but it all got done fast, and I'm thoroughly impressed. When you drive through Altadena, parts of Pasadena now, I may have I saw one house for sure, I think over on Olive, then they still had their lot cleaned, and I'm like, I don't know what they waiting on. I don't know if I don't know what's going on with it. Nobody knows what's going on with anybody, but that's like the only house that I've seen that hasn't been cleared. And from what I understand now, and Tony, maybe you can verify it, is that the county has given a date. Like, okay, if you ain't got it done by this date, or was it June?
Yeah, it was the
end of June.
Yeah, I know it was either close or past.
Like, we talk about this every day. We give the deadlines. We talk about all this.
I mean,
this is
I'm not on.
Like, oh, what is it, T? Bruh, I'm gonna need you to start watching. You
Well, you know, you know what? I mean, I be concerned. I'm not to sound mean or anything, but I be so concerned with my stuff and getting my plans done and everything.
Yeah.
I don't always listen and catch up on all the information. I just know sometimes when I hear stuff they saying like on the news, they may be like, "Oh yeah, the deadline for this is coming up." I'm like, "Oh okay, damn, I didn't even know that." So
You're not the
and then
only
I
person.
just be like,
You're
just
not
like
the
"Yeah,
only
on
person. We're not the
Friday,
only source
and
of information,
right,
but
and
you
just like
know
you
that
text
we
them
are going to
all,
provide it. So,
right,
and whenever in doubt, go check that out because this is the stuff we really try to make sure that we have on there. Stuff related
look,
to the
right,
counties, talk about deadlines because we've had people who came on well after and
yes,
started
uh,
watching us, and they're saying, and a couple of these folks were elderly, but they're like, we didn't know anything about any of the deadlines because they're not on the
right,
internet, so they didn't know anything about that. But what we
right,
encourage people to do on a regular basis, hey, if you watch our show and you get this information, number one, pass the information to other folks so they know. Number two,
right,
share the show with them, encourage people to watch because we've had multiple shows where Brian has gone off, Tony's gone off about people who are making comments about certain things that were happening or not happening and wondering why this, that, and the other happened, where they weren't paying attention, not just to us, but there's other
right,
resources too. But we specifically know that these basics, we are making sure that we're announcing them so people know. So
so
right.
let me
that's why
tell you
Tony's
this.
saying that. Plus the relationship we all have, we're hoping like, hey, if you know us, at least tap in, verify if you see what you need with us, and then kind of go, about your business, at least as a backup.
So,
Right.
E,
Yep.
just like you text me Friday or Saturday, whenever you text me, just like you text Jamal this morning. If
Hmm.
you are not sure, if you see something on social media, if you see something on the news, bruh, it's three of us right here. You already know you can call or text us. And what we will do, because we get it, this show 154, you don't have time necessarily to sift through or go there and search. We can
Hmm.
either do it or we know which show it was, and we're gonna come back and say, here go the link B. I mean, here go the link E, right here, right?
Hmm.
Like somebody asked me the other day about something else about Army Corps, and I said, here's the link, right? Somebody said something on Facebook about the county assessor on one of these Altadena pages. I went directly to our YouTube. I found the show that I had him on June the 12th, and I put that link there, and several
Hmm.
people liked it or said, oh, thank you. Hearing it from the horse's mouth is better than what everybody else is saying.
Yes.
We are bringing
Heck
the right
yeah.
on, and you know it. And so the
Yeah.
fact is, even if you don't have the time, and I get it, everybody's super busy. You're concerned with the rebuild on that house, you're working, all this kind of stuff. It's three right here that you will text for anything else. Text us about the show and ask us, hey, did y'all already cover this? And we're going to be like, sure did, bro. Here you go. And either tell you what it is or get you that link and do it and get it directly to you. Because you are busy, because you got so much going on, you already know you could call us or text us. Just do that.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Well, and then sometimes, until something comes up or you hear something and it reminds you like, oh yeah, dang, this happened or this is supposed to be happening or this is going on. And then, then that's when you think about it. And then that's when you either pass the information on or say something about it or whatever. And like you said, that may have already passed. But for some reason, I don't know why I thought I had just heard something recently or maybe when I saw that house not cleaned and I was like, well, dang, that house ain't cleaned. What's going on with it or something. And so maybe that's why I thought about it. But yeah.
Well, check this out. I'm gonna just tell my cohorts here, my co-hosts Brian and Jamal. He texted me, I think, Friday night something. I saw it the next day because I was asleep. But asking me, saying, "Hey, we need something for us in the next few months." And I said, "We already got plans for the cook-off, for the
Holiday
Day of
thing.
Thanks, and for the Steak Corral event." So we have not yet released the dates and told everybody, but I did let him know on the text. And for everybody that's watching, we have an event coming up September, October, and November. So the next 3 months, we're doing one event for our community. And hopefully,
Yeah.
once it's here, we will have signups with the QR code. It's not going to cost, but we want to know the number of people always, right, for the different things that we're doing. and hopefully we show up. So one of the things in September we're talking about with the steak corral, anybody that grew up in Dina knows we had a steak corral on Lake where I think there's a Chick-fil-A there now.
Yep.
Right, right.
We all grew up going to steak corral, getting
Well, that was my favorite spot.
and that was fire. And we all like missed it when it closed down and they demoed it, and then they had the market, the fresh fruit vegetable market and all that there. Then they demoed all that, built
Carl's Jr.
Now it's a Chick-fil-A, which is across from the McDonald's, the Burger King, the Taco Bell, where we all would go after football games, all that. So steak corral, we were talking about one day, and I was like, man, I miss some steak corral. And I'm not a beef eater, but I would go to a steak corral in a heartbeat because they don't only have beef. But we are planning an event. There is one is it Montebello, Brian? Or Whittier?
Whittier.
In Whittier.
Same prices, same look. It looked the same with the chuck wagons.
Hopefully it's new food, though.
To announce the date and time.
Food.
Probably we might have information by the end of the week, but we're going to announce the date and time, and we're hoping that folks that grew up going to steak corral and our community that want to get together and go all come. We're not paying for it. Everybody gonna have to pay for their own meal, but the fact that we get to all be together and reminisce on something that we had growing up as part of our way back Wednesday, Throwback Thursdays that we talk about. And so we are going to be doing that in September. So E, hopefully you'll be there. Is he frozen? Yeah. It looks like he might be able to hear us, but he's frozen for a minute. He may have to.
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So yeah, that's what we're that is one thing that we're doing. Another thing that we're doing, and I've got to get on this week as well. Brian made a call last week, and we're trying to figure out if we're going to do Brookside or Victory Park, but we're planning on having a barbecue cook-off, and it will probably be a bake-off as well, because we got folks from Dina and others that queue really well. We got, and so what we're going to do is, again, we'll have QR code. Hopefully we can determine how many, because we may need to either do an entry fee or something. We're trying to do logistics, but we need to all get together because we want it to be a nice big event. People may bring barbecue trucks. People may bring whatever. So people will have to pay these vendors for their food. And then we might have a portion where we're able to cater some of the sides, or people that can really get down and put toe jam in it, right? Do collard greens, mac and cheese, whatever, cornbread, whatever, and possibly a bake-off for cakes and cookies and all that, right? Where
I'm part of the eat-off. How about that?
As vendors can come
You'll be a judge
on a Saturday, and people can support and buy, and we're all together having a really good, peaceful, great time together. And then there will be, judges that test the barbecue and say, this is the winner for second, third prize. Same with the bake-off or whatever. But we do have some things planned, and we have a big event that we're partnering with the county on in November. So definitely Altadena Talks Foundation is going to get out there and do some things with and for the community. We've wanted and had a desire since we were given a grant to put some of that back into the community. And so we're going to be doing that as well, those funds. And just us all having a good time together, because people are still very displaced, right? And until all the houses or the majority of the houses are built back and people are back, people will be displaced, but we got to keep coming together and have unity as a community. So we have the next 3 months where we're doing some fun events and going to invite everybody out, and definitely look forward to seeing you, E, and others there, and laugh and have hugs and all that good stuff.
Right. Well, y'all, I gotta go in here and do this drug test. Yeah, I got a new job. Well, I'm in the process for this new job. So, man, I gotta go in here. I gotta go in and do this drug test and get this out the way, and finish up this hiring process. But I will definitely stay in contact with y'all when y'all start planning these events. Definitely keep me in the loop with that. I definitely want to. My thing is to get a lot of these older people out so that they can get the information. I know a lot of these old people still just ain't getting the information. So hopefully we can get them out to an event like this, and they can get some of this information so that they just really, can stay in the loop. Because that's a big concern for me.
is going to be
Huh?
Kindred Senior Summit on the 19th of September. I'll make
Say that. I'm
sure.
sorry, you went in and out. Say that again.
I said the Senior Summit that Kindred is going to host on September
Okay.
19th. That's a place definitely for our seniors to show up. It's about building, but we're always at a lot of these events. We'll make sure that it gives us maybe time for some of these announcements.
Right.
We got to tell people, hey, go on this YouTube, right? Because we do announcements every day. And yes, our heart is near and dear to our seniors as well. We want them to be well informed with all the announcements, but as far as permitting and planning and building goes, that as well. And all these events, and they will have a special. They will be let in first. They will have seating for them because if it wasn't for them, we would not be right. And they're still in the community, and we have to make sure we take care of our seniors for sure.
Does Kendra have does she have a flyer or something for this event? You said on the 19th, right?
Yeah, no, she
Okay.
may have it to us by the end of this week. I'll text her and find out because she did mention last week that she's working on it. What she's waiting on is the time from the county. So right now we know it's September 19th, but they have not given her the time. I think she may wind up getting that this week. And once she gets that, she will have the flyer and we will be announcing it here. But as soon as we get that info, I'll make sure we also share that flyer with you directly because, you know, we put it on our Facebook pages and the community pages, and you'll put it, I'm sure, on yours. But yeah, we got to make sure that our folks are taken care of.
Okay.
Keep us up to date with your progress too, E.
I will for sure.
All right,
yeah,
man, we
want to
appreciate
know
you.
when you get your plans back last week?
Last night.
Oh, last night. Okay, so
from last Tuesday to last night, the guy night. I was surprised he emailed me on a Sunday night. I'm like, damn, you know. So I don't know if folks is doing stuff, you know, at home or whatever, you know. But he was like, man, you know, your plans are approved and this and that. And I'm like, okay, well, man, you know, what's next? You know, that was my thing. Like, okay, what I got to do next? And it's like, okay, permitting. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, permitting is next. So I'm gonna go by the when I leave from here, I'm gonna go by the place on Woodbury and talk to them and kind of get this whole permitting, you know, thing in order and find out what's what and go from there.
Well,
all right.
All right.
But you gotta go. So take care and we'll talk soon.
Thank you.
All right,
for sure.
Peace, man.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty quick from Tuesday to Sunday, and then that they got them last night. I do know that people say once they get to the final phase of permitting, which is where it goes to CAL FIRE, and they have to approve everything, that takes about 2 weeks. But if he got that, I would say that he will have his conditional permit, which means when you have the conditional, you can start clearing the land to grade. And so once he has that I'm understanding is taking about 4 weeks in, and then that last 2 weeks for fire, and then they get those full permits. So I think it's great. What are the numbers today, Jamal? Because I know you have that website bookmark on permits, right?
Let me get there. Yeah.
Well, while he's looking for that, I just wanted to welcome some of the comments. We've had a ton. So Stogie Man said good morning. We've had
You're underwater. Hold on, I know Jamal will fix it.
I'm trying.
I know.
I don't know why it doesn't
it's
work
so
like
weird.
it used to.
He always does that.
And you don't have he doesn't have a fan or anything.
The fan's not on, this early. And it's just at different times that it happens.
Well, while he's fixing that, and I'm actually showing the thing. So we're at 196 permits. This is just the Eaton area. Still 62 days for average from business days to permit issues. But man, this information, or I'm sorry, this slide, this dashboard shows a lot of good information. You can get the both unincorporated areas or just Eaton, which obviously is the one we're interested in. But there's so much information on here. When it comes to the pie chart here, it talks about, whether it's single family residents, the accessory structures, and the breakdown and the percentage of those that are being done. I think it's really, really
Can you
good.
put that in the chat so that people have access to this? I know that,
Yeah.
we can always go to it, but I think if there's someone watching that would like to be able to go to this dashboard on their self, it would be great if we put that in the chat.
Yeah. I had
Um,
a couple
the link.
days I was putting it up there as part of the slides,
Oh,
but
okay.
but no, I'm gonna put it in the chat right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say just grab that particular
Uh,
to the dashboard, the Eaton one, and put it there, and then that way people can look. But that's great because I think what is it, a week ago when we were talking about this, it was not 196, right?
right.
So that's really good. And there were 1,300 in the pipeline, and all that kind of stuff. So really, really good to see. It's exciting to see. Yeah, I love it.
We see a green screen, B. Well, I know you can see that.
He don't care. He's like, look, are you able to talk
Huh.
now without it being
Say
underwater?
something.
What? Say something.
Something.
Yeah,
Oh, perfect.
it's fine now.
Yeah. So go on and say what you were saying.
I forgot.
Talking about the comments. You were sharing the comments.
Yeah. So there was a person that made some comments about permitting. I was trying to find them, but we're so far deep into the comments. I guess it's Society of Preservation for Malibu or something like that. He had posed a question. Well, he had made a statement. Good luck to everyone permitting and rebuilding. And then the next one was typical permitting timeline for new developments 1 to 1.5 years for your information. But you're talking about Malibu and Palisades. We've been fast tracked in Altadena pretty much more so than anyone else. And that's why there's lots of, last week, we drove around and there's 20 builds happening right now. And I'm pretty sure this next weekend when we go, there's probably going to be 20 more. I personally have been watching this and it's been great to see. So I really don't know about the 1 to 1.5 years unless, of course, people start submitting all their stuff at once, then maybe that might be the case.
Yeah.
And he may have been referring to outside of this, rebuild as a result of the disaster as well. Because we know it was taking forever for people to rebuild or to do a rebuild in the past in terms of getting stuff approved.
It was 3 to 4 months just to get a permit prior.
Right.
Well, and whoever SP
Same person
is, it's again, go back and watch the show from Thursday. She said for her, they have figured out their cheat code.
Yeah.
And so, yes, she is doing her job well. She is a one-stop shop. She has her architect, her structural engineer, everybody with her, right? But she does the design. And for them, I'll say it again and emphasize that, they have figured out their cheat code, which is to start the process and prior to, because they can estimate just about how much time it's taken for someone to get their hands or eyes on it, they make sure they upload all the stuff. So please watch the show from Thursday. She used the words, we have figured out our cheat code, and said it might be helpful for anybody else. So is this person, you said you're a builder, if I'm not mistaken?
I don't think they were a builder. I think they were part of a society that's a nonprofit for the preservation of Malibu. I think that's what it's called.
Oh, okay. And it's not but he says typical permitting timeline for new development is 1 to 1.5 years. This is not a new development. These are rebuilds.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. Thank you, Brian.
So let's jump on to, we got Mr. Mole Netgi has joined. I hope I said that right. Marcus Hightower is in the house. We got Siku in the house watching.
What up, Siku? What up, Hightower?
And Pat Gardner just decided to drop by. We got Red Cup 1972. Classic Ash. We're saying all these now because, we don't like to really pop them up and distract the guest. So that's why we're popping them up now while Jamar gets the slides ready. And Marcus said good morning to ATP Group, and then he just killed my fro there.
Fro, bro.
Look, I'm just happy to have some hair. I didn't even know I had any. So, there we go.
Bro.
There's a permit. I think, Jamal, you just put that up there, right? Earlier?
Yeah.
This one? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So.
I did. And in fact, you know what? I'm going to do this just because I found the place where we mentioned it, where Kendra mentioned it. And we just want to play this part.
Oh, you went perfect.
Kind of, in the beginning, I think our first one took us about 3 months, honestly. And we learned with that one. That one was kind of the guinea pig, so to speak. So we started learning how to almost not cheat the system. That's such a horrible way to say it.
No, but you said it.
But get it in there. So, for example, most of the builders, they're getting the drawings in, they're getting the MEP, they're getting Title 24, they're doing the structural engineering, and then they're sending everything in, right? Well, in our kind of cheating or whatever, we get the drawings, we get the floor plan done, we get the set of plans, and we just go ahead and submit.
Got it.
And while to get it in the system.
Right.
So while it's getting in the system, getting in the queue, and getting a plan check assigned to it, we are then working on Title 24. We're working on structural engineering. So we don't wait and get the whole package and then send it in. We send in those drawings. We get them right on in there. The elevations and everything, and then we work on that stuff. So by the time a plan check coordinator pulls it and says, "Hey, we need MEP, we need Title 24, we need structural," we already have it. So that cuts down weeks. I mean, 2 to 3 weeks is cutting down, and every week counts. Every day counts.
I'll just pause there and just say, hey, look, this is what we were talking about. It sounded like she was, discussing plan check at that point, not the permits part, but it's this is how they're doing things.
Well, that is the complete permit. So what they do, in order to get the complete permit, you've got to do the plans, you've got to add the structure, you have the MEP, Title 24, all that. So she starts with the plans and then gets everything else in. And that makes so much sense. That's what she called cheating the system, or her cheat code, right? Yeah. Instead of waiting. And now that's why 6 weeks in, she has as many permits as she does that are not just conditional, but full. She has some conditional, but I'm excited for not only anybody building with Kendra, but anybody rebuilding, that they're learning the process, whether they're using Archistar or not. And that people's permits, that in Altadena alone, there are 196 that have been issued. That is extremely exciting to me. And that's what it is.
I believe it's because, unlike other communities, we're very close knit and people communicate instead of just everyone's on their own trying to do their own thing. Yep. And I'm just proud to be a part of this community and glad that this podcast is here, because hopefully it will be a prototype for other communities to start up something that involves people that people trust. Because that's the first part of this whole game is, do you trust what we say? Because we're not trying to make up stuff. We're pulling information from facts that are around the different events, the different people that we bring on. I mean, we're trying to bring on the dignitaries that you have come to know and love, the Army Corps of Engineers, the council people, and things like that. Of course, right when she said that her thing had difficulties. Did you see that? And it popped up on the screen. I don't know if you see it, but anyway, I'm just so happy that we've reached this milestone, 154 podcasts in 7 months. I mean, I don't think I've ever done that many for clients that quickly. So I'm just happy that we have a conduit in which people can flow information through. And I love the fact that People are watching and giving us feedback and also shooting us information. I mean, we get tagged in the Altadena Libraries events and all kind of other events so that we have the up-to-date information to be able to bring to you on a daily basis. And we plan on doing this for the next 3 years to keep it going so that you have a place to go to, sort of like a one-stop shop for information.
What he said.
I don't really
Nah,
get to talk that much, so I was shocked that I was still going.
no, I'm glad that you weren't. Didn't sound like you were underwater again. But yeah, so to
Glitch.
piggyback on what Brian was saying, yes, we are definitely glad to be resourced. We're glad that those that are tapping in are tapping in, and we really hope, as I had mentioned earlier, that make sure that you share this with any and everybody that is involved in this rebuild process and that was affected by these fires, and that might find some use in the information we're providing. We know we're not the only ones that are providing intel, but we are the only ones that are doing a daily podcast, right? So that makes us unique. And although we do try to provide as much of the information, all of the information that possible, we're not going to hit everything. So to Brian's point, if there's something that you want to share to let us know about, that's great. We're not going to post all the fun stuff. In terms of the announcements, I'm not going to announce every single fun event. We try to make sure that we get all the deadlines and the real stuff affecting the building, and then try to get a nice list of fun stuff going on. But ironically, I removed so much from last week. There was so much going on over this weekend. It was ridiculous. I think I probably removed, I don't know, probably like about 10 slides. It is, it's kind of crazy.
And Brian went to a lot of them, right?
He went to a few, yeah.
Yeah, I won't be able to put the information up because you know how it is with my computer. I have to make the video, and it has to do it by itself, or else it will shut everything down. And I don't.
That is crazy.
Yeah,
That is so
really.
crazy. Well,
And
how
then
about
I only went out to, my heart just really felt led to go to the Home Depot in Monrovia to the vigil for Carlos Montoya, the gentleman. I believe he was 52. He had a wife and a son, but he's the one that ICE chased up onto the 210 freeway, and he was hit by a car and killed. And it was a really nice event. So many in the community came out to honor this man and to protest what ICE is doing here in Southern California. And I've heard a lot of people say, um, "Oh, it's not my fight as African Americans, whatever." Well, I believe humanity and lives are my fight. I don't care, if it's somebody that has the exact same skin tone as I have, but super important to stand up for what's right and what they're doing with ICE and that kind of stuff. If somebody runs, just like the other gentleman about a month ago, I think, that was up in the Central Valley, who was picking vegetables, and he ran and jumped up on a roof or something like that and wound up falling, and he died a day later. I think there's got to absolutely be parameters and limits. And just like with policing, if somebody runs, sometimes, if they're not violent, shooting back at you or whatever, let them go, try to get them later, right? But the fact that they literally chased this man, and if any of us that are from here know, that Home Depot in Monrovia is on Mountain and the freeway. I mean, right below the freeway. So he had to have run from that lot all the way to where that on-ramp is, which is past that Walmart. So for them to chase him like that and continue up all the way on the freeway, like, come on now. Yeah, that's more than ridiculous. But that really, really touched my heart as far as it, and the fact that the community had a vigil, and there were lots of faith leaders from Monrovia, from out of Monrovia, throughout the county that were protesting and against it. And you remember the truck, Brian, that was up at Fair Oaks Burger, and the one that drives around playing all the music?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that went down to the protest on Colorado right after that, right?
Yeah, because I was there that day too, right? Down there, they were there. And so it was it was hundreds of people. I can't even tell you how many, but we walked from the corner of Mountain and the freeway right there all the way into the Home Depot parking lot, through it. And then there was some brother that was trying to pull out and he almost ran into us. And people start hitting his car and he rolled his window down and told one lady, "Don't touch my car, I'll effing shoot you." And so I walked up to
In
his
front of
house
everybody, right?
in front of everybody. And it was a Ford Explorer. It was gray and it had brand new paper plates on it, right? And so people started getting the things. So I walked up to his window directly and I said, "Hey," I said, "can you roll your window down? Because I'm a sister here, brother. You know, he'll talk to me." And I said, "Can you let me move people?" He was like, "Yeah, I gotta go. I ain't got time for this." I said, "Hold on. Let me just move some folks." So I told the people, I was like, "Please, go so that he can get through." So as soon as they did, he just sped through and almost hit somebody still. And so everybody started chasing his car. Not everybody. A lot of people start chasing after his car to get the plate, not to try to fight him to get the plate. And he slammed on his brakes like he was going to do something. So a lot of people ran up and got the plate so they could report it to the police. And then he went on and sped out. But the line was so very long of people. Then we had to walk back on the sidewalk and they said go by 2 or 3s. And we went and circled back to the original spot. And we looked and people were just coming in droves still. And there were signs up, ice out of Monrovia, ice out of California, all this kind of stuff. But, and thank you, Jamal, for showing some of the pictures. But it was a really, really nice event. I left at 7. It started at 5:30. I got there about 5:40. I left at 7 and they were still out there. So I don't know if they finished at 7:30 or 8 p.m. But really good for unity and the community just coming together to make sure that, we stand together and that this man's life was important, to recognize that.
Yeah, that was very nice for you to go and share that information. Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah,
That this
it's
kind of stuff is going on. It's ridiculous.
yeah,
It's like the
ridiculous.
people that like get in the way of the ambulance or the fire truck. And I always think, what if that's your family member that they're trying to get to and you're delaying
Yep.
it? Like, won't you feel stupid when you get home?
Yeah, it's like pull over. Our laws didn't change. You got to pull over to the side or whatever, and they don't. But were you going to show Jamal stuff that Brian did over the weekend? I
No,
mean, not.
I don't have anything ready.
Oh, you don't have any just images. You have all videos.
I don't want to take a chance and then my computer glitches.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
if you send them to me, the pictures, I can post them up.
Wait, you said you uploaded them to our site, right?
Yeah.
Our nonprofit.
Did you share it?
I don't know if it,
Last night when I talked to you, you said you had already uploaded.
Yeah, and I was looking at it and it looked like everything went up there, but then when I went to go click on it, it's like glitching too. I don't know, man. That's my life is in shambles.
Hey, did you share it? Maybe if you shared it, I'm sure I could.
No, I haven't put them in the drive. They're too big, dude. I'm filming and taking pictures in 4K now. However, if you go to see, we can't do it. Don't even go to the website.
Even if I
because
take
something
video,
is weird.
I take some stills because I already know.
Okay, so if you go to our website and you go to events, the nonprofit NP,
Yeah.
So I went to the Assembly Divine backpack giveaway. That was cool. I didn't really get much pictures because I did a lot of interviews with the people, but I went to the Bob Lucas Library reopening and I got some decent shots from there, as well as
Which one do you want me to go to?
I would go to the Assembly Divine one first because that one actually is legit. So if you scroll down, see the arrow right there, you can. Supposedly, I got pictures of them because I was interviewing them, but you can see some stuff in the background. They did have registered 350 to 400, but when I went across the street to King's Breakfast and Burgers, he asked if people could just walk over, and I said they can walk over, but they'll have to register right there on the spot. So it's basically registered for. It's basically reserved for the registered folks, but they weren't turning anyone away. So, and this lady has some really nice stuff, hard press graphics. She lost her home in the fire. I did an interview with her, so I was going to put all that stuff together. But I just had so much stuff to do over the weekend. I was tired. There's like a lot of events to go to. So
Oh, that would be nice because I'm sure even if we need to do something, we maybe could go through her.
Right, just have Ralph as a fire victim, support.
Absolutely. That's what I'm talking about.
Then the Bob Lucas one was pretty good. Baco was there.
Oh, you went there too, to the library. Oh, I see him in the background with his hat on.
Yeah.
He is becoming a real Altadenian now.
Well, he lives 12 houses down the street from that library, he told me.
Oh, gosh.
Right. So, of course, he was there. But that library is really nice now. They got a nice little breakout rooms and stuff.
No, wait, Bob Lucas, that's the one on the corner of Sierra Madre and Orange Grove, right?
No, that's the one on the corner of Ventura and Lincoln.
Ventura and Lincoln? There's a library on Ventura and Lincoln?
Yeah, it's in there.
Across from the Seventh Day
Day
Adventist.
Adventist. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I used to go there when I was in junior high school. It was
I had to
so,
get my
it was
brain
so
back.
bunk. It was such a little library. But now it's like they got so many different areas. And they had outside was cool, so they got a little area for events and stuff like
so
that.
it didn't burn.
No, miraculously, it was already in the middle of being remodeled, and it
Nice.
didn't burn.
Okay. Cool.
So it did have some smoke damage, so they did have to clean that part out. Now, wait right here. So September, October, they got some workshops and some things going on. So I thought I'd take a picture of that at least.
Nice.
It's in the video, but pictures sometimes when the video doesn't work.
Yeah. No, that's nice.
Especially for your system, pictures are better.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Even
weird,
though
though,
this
that your
computer
computer's
costs
going
so
down.
much money, it's actually tripping out right now. And I'm
Our
going
computers
to,
are the same,
right.
but I don't do as much to mine as you.
Yeah, but see, I used to leave mine on all the time. Now I need to get the internal clock battery changed
Yeah.
because sometimes I come in here and it says 4 a.m. when it's not. So that means it kind of glitched somewhere or crashed and stuck there. But yeah, it was pretty nice. They had popcorn, ice cream, and all the kids were happy. I would tell you to go to the other one, but it seems to not have actually.
Let's see.
Oh, the concert fundraiser?
It put the
It's showing the
library.
wrong one.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So I'm not going to that one.
No, that's cool.
But I could send you. Let's see if I can actually do this from here. The
Well, if you do that,
concert
I'm
was really nice.
I'm gonna do
It
the.
was-
Oh yeah. You were telling me about the concert.
Yeah,
Did you
we'll
go
probably
yesterday?
show that after Chris Holden tomorrow.
Okay.
That'd be easier because I'll have
Yeah,
time
I did
today
the
to actually
announcement
make
real
it.
quick. Cool.
How many you
I
got?
will. It's only today. Hold on, where are they? Today it's
I
a
just need
total.
to know if I got enough time to make coffee.
It's like 15 slides.
Oh,
So
perfect.
normally I have like
Coffee?
Huh?
What'd you say about coffee?
I said I need some coffee.
It sounded like you said, I would need to know why y'all didn't do something about coffee. I'm like, what?
No. I said
wanna know
that's
if you had
good
enough
because I
time.
got enough time to make coffee.
Oh. And
Yeah.
I'm really proud of E-Dub. That's why I told him that. Because he know good and well in the beginning, we were on the phone personally. And I was letting him have it because I was like, quit going on social media telling people they shouldn't do this and they shouldn't do that.
No, he came on. The first thing he said was, "I admit I was wrong," and you know what
Yeah,
though? This was all new to everybody.
to
Everybody.
everybody.
So
Yeah.
the reason why we got this podcast so that we could go ahead and vet people and help you out with
Yeah.
the process.
We even changed some of the stuff we said
Absolutely.
because we didn't.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't corrected at first, or it was interpreted differently. But also, things changed.
Change. Yep.
They
So
were
I'm
telling
glad
us
you
one
came on
thing, and then
today.
they modified it. So everybody was learning. It was new for us all. So
Yep.
I'm glad we're all on the same page and supporting one another. Everybody does it the way they want to, but we're still moving in the right direction, in the same direction. So I think
And
that's
I'm really happy that he
sweet.
got plans back within 6 days, right?
Oh man, that was
Tuesday, they
quick.
put him in Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 5 days
Yeah,
and-
got notified on a Sunday too. Come
on
on,
a Sunday.
that's
And
sick.
you know what? They should be working weekends
Yeah,
or
why not?
whatever.
Oh, they're gonna be busy for the next 3 years for sure.
And they're gonna get paid overtime, so Go ahead. Do what you got to do,
This
County. To
this
pay
is
them
even
for
more encouraging though. Even beyond those houses that are already being built, just knowing that this is moving a lot faster than anticipated, right? So people are going to be back in their homes. Maybe not as many as we would hope before the end of the year, but before the end of 2026, there is
Mm-hmm.
going to be a substantial number of homes that are
You
going to be
never
completely
know
rebuilt.
because it's only August. I mean,
I
shoot,
was gonna say
if we
before
start
It's
getting that stuff,
2025.
but it still takes a while for homes to be built. I'm talking about the folks that are going through the plan check and the permit
oh
process
yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah.
But
Well,
that's
once
a
It's going to
everybody
be a
year,
finds
almost a
out, they're
year
going
and
to be
a half.
mad bum rushing.
Well, and that's one of the things I was mentioning earlier. It's like at the beginning, there's only going to be a trickle of people at the very beginning. In the middle, just like a bell curve, there's going to be a bunch of people in year 2, year 3, and maybe a smaller amount year 4 and year 5, because it's just the last people. And like he said, I wasn't going to be the first and I wasn't going to be the last. So he's going to be, he's up there at the beginning, which is really good. Really,
Yeah, but
really
I
good.
think we got what, at least 20 homes, be like you were saying,
Mhm.
that are built,
Yeah.
And who
foundations
knows what else is
down.
gone since we've been up there?
I
But
would
the thing
venture to
is,
say,
those are going
Eric,
to be done before the end of the year, and there's going to be a nice number each month. There's going to be more and more homes that are going to be done. So there's going to be a ton
I
at the
would
beginning
venture
of the
to
year.
say we probably have 100 homes up by the end of this year.
That would be wonderful.
If not 100, easily I could see 50. Because I know personally other people that aren't going with Kendra, but they are like, I'm in my last part of my permitting. It's
Yeah.
with fire now. And I'm like, oh, so another 2 weeks. They go, yeah, we estimate that. We thought it was this week, but it'll probably be next week. And then they're breaking ground to build. So all these people that now in August are breaking ground, and there's tons, will probably be in their homes before Christmas. And then there's others that will start in January and February. So the fact is, like, if we could even see 10 homes a month up, and I'm not
That's
saying
what I'm
people have
saying.
moved in them,
Yeah.
but foundations, walls up, roof up, and it takes just the inspection piece. Before you know it, people are going to be like, oh, I wasn't thinking about rebuilding, but now half of my block is back, right? Or they're in the process, so I'm going to go and do it. Marcus
And
says the whole process is ahead of schedule based on the original timeline to have all lots cleared. Yeah, it is. I recall initially it was expected to take at least a year, and it was pretty much done in 5 months. Yeah.
well,
So,
and to your point though, Tony,
mhm.
though those blocks that really communicate and work together will come up even quicker than these one-offs on in the middle of blocks. Because if you're working with, and what I mean by that is if you all agree to work with a particular builder, or a significant number of the people on the block agree to work with a specific builder, you're going to be able to knock out all kind of things at the same time. So 4 and
Mhm.
5 houses, if not more, will be in the process of being built at the same time, so that they, within a very short period of time, will be completely done,
Yeah.
together. So yeah, it's looking good. I think people are learning and
Oh,
figuring
absolutely.
stuff out, and they're gonna be moving.
Well,
Because
because we learn every day, right?
okay.
And the more and more
Every
and
day.
more we learn and share, the more
Mhm.
people are able to learn too and continue to share. And I'm thankful that the county continues to do these senior summits. They just had one, what was it, 2 weekends ago,
Mhm.
on Grand, that Lena Kennedy was involved in. There was another one right before that. Now they've reached out to Kendra as a builder to say, hey, you have this many permits. And so wherever I guess the county sees that there is a niche, or not a niche, maybe a gap, right, for people, because they're seeing when they did these other senior summits, the seniors are saying, we don't know enough about building, right, or whatever. And so now they're like, all right, well, let's put you with this builder that has all these permits already. And they may go to other builders and do the same thing. But the fact is, that's all a learning. And just like we all, if we stay open, can learn something new every day, or
Mhm.
updated information and share it, that's like half the battle. And I think that it just bodes well for the community as a whole and at large.
Yeah, the events we're going to put on will be very helpful. And to be honest, if we can do another builders town hall, I think that would be great. It'd be
Yeah,
great
like
to
a
have some of the
follow up
folks that were
to
there
what's
before
been going
follow up.
on.
Yeah, because all of them, I know, if not all of them, most of those builders that were up there are doing something right now. Are building, have broke ground on properties up in Altadena.
Yeah, I wouldn't do one with the same people. I can tell you that.
Okay.
I would not invite back several of the builders that were invited to the first one. So I'd have to think about that and who and others at like Triplet Construction and Level 42 and maybe BZ Build Corps or something like that. But I'm gonna focus on these other three events that we have going on because it's a lot of planning that has to go around that before I think about another town hall. Me personally, that's
No,
what
I
I'm.
got you. I just
Yeah,
felt that it would be pretty helpful because, to
yeah.
your point, when you originally brought it up, or when you originally had it, it was pretty early in the process.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that you had mentioned is one of the reasons why you wanted to do is to get people aware of the process, that they were, even though they weren't prepared at that time, they would have a better understanding of what to do when they were ready for that. And I think
Mm-hmm.
more people are closer to that now and are ready for that stage. And I think it would definitely be, pretty good.
Yeah.
But I know you wouldn't want the same folks on. I still think that some of the people that we had on should be able to give an update on what's happening and why things are working or not working, based on what they're doing within the community.
That's why I'm bringing them back on the show.
Copy that. Yeah. I got you with that.
Yeah.
Um,
That's why I'm inviting people to come back on the show to give updates
mhm.
as to where they are, what they're doing, about their clients, if they want to show um, homes that they're rebuilding.
Mhm.
He's stuck. Oh, you know what?
No,
He
it's
did
fine.
say that his internet provider is doing some work in his neighborhood and he might go out today.
Oh,
So we're not sure if
I'm good.
that's. You're good?
You look
I'm good. I
smeary.
was just listening to you.
Oh, we can't really see you. You're
Yeah,
super
your
blurred
camera
and
was
choppy.
blurry.
Oh, I'm looking on YouTube right now. I see.
Oh, okay. You're
You
still a
look
little
like you
blurred.
look like you like somebody just smeared your whole mouth off.
Yeah.
He's like, take this away,
That's
Just
Matrix.
some of
weird.
that. Okay, that's much better. Yeah, so you're back. Um, but no. Absolutely. I do want to invite people to come back and talk about what they're doing in the community, if they
Yeah,
have a bunch of permits or builds or whatever. My thing is hosting another big town hall like we did in March.
that's a big deal. Big
That's
undertaking.
and that's a lot of planning. And so since we're having an event September, October, November, that's my focus right now for the
Sure.
community events. Maybe December or next year do another
It,
town hall
it might make sense to do it in March again next year.
if it's still a necessity, right? Um, and if not, people can easily go to our YouTube or on our nonprofit and look for all the information for every builder, look at what they've done as far as the first time they came on, look at what they say when we do the update shows with them. And hopefully they can get as much information as possible that way as well. But we'll see. But right now I'm going to focus on those other those three events that we're doing that are community-based events and go from there. So
Righteous. I'm gonna do the announcements now, and then
yeah.
we'll pop on back. One, two,
Coffee
three.
talk.
Let's see. Oh, you're in the office. You can get coffee in that time frame. Oops. Look, I tricked these. No. All right, everybody. We're gonna do the announcements right now. Let me get this one banner off just to make sure I can see everything. Everything. All right, so the Altadena Community Center is serving as the survivor support location. This is at 730 East Altadena Drive in Altadena. They're open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. If you have any questions, you can reach out at 626 398 6174. There are several departments that are going to be there: SBA, DCBA, Treasurer and Tax Collector, and the Assessor's Office. Remember, FEMA's no longer there. They stopped at the end of July, but you still can reach out to them if you need them at disasterassistance.gov. Then we have the One Stop Permit Center located at 464 West Woodbury Road, Suite 210 in Altadena. They have the walk-in hours from Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30. If you can actually set up a rebuild consultation via an appointment, and it can be for yourself or a small group. They have those available Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., as well as Saturdays from 8 a.m. to noon. You can also set up an appointment with the Southern California Edison Planner. Those are available Mondays and Wednesdays from 8 a.m. to noon. In order to set up an actual appointment, you do have to go to the website recovery.lacounty.gov/rebuilding /one stop permit centers. And there is a link for you to schedule the appointment. And it's pretty easy there. Now, the fees, the LA County is waiving the fees or refunding the permit fees for homeowners rebuilding after Eaton and Palace fires. Basically, if you've already paid your permit fees, they will be refunded. If you haven't paid them yet, you can have them waived. In order to qualify, though, you must demonstrate that you both owned and lived in your property prior to the 7th of January of this year. Now, the projects that are eligible for this waiver are replacement single-family homes that were destroyed by either of the fires. This does include accessory structures such as ADUs, pools, garages, and the like. It also includes standalone ADUs for temporary occupancy during the rebuilding. Unfortunately, commercial, rental, multifamily, or temporary housing projects or those properties not damaged by the fires are not eligible for the refund or the waiver. In order to get the waiver or the refund, you do have to fill out a form. You scan the QR code below, or you can, again, go to recovery.lacounty.gov, but then you go /fee-waivers-and-refund. Now, once you get the form and fill it out, once it's completed, you can submit a completed form via email to recovery@planning.lacounty.gov, or you can submit it in person to the permit center. Nice thing is only one form is necessary for all the departments, so no need to submit multiple forms or multiple times. All right, the Calasis Mortgage Fund. This is to actually give you mortgage relief. It's 3 months of mortgage payments up to a maximum of $20,000. Never have to be repaid. It's free to apply. Please note that all the grants are paid directly to the mortgage servicer, not to you directly. And they're only going to be paid as long as the funds are available. So please apply. To apply, you would go to calisismortgagefund.org. And to know if you're eligible, just note that you have to have had your primary residence destroyed or considered uninhabitable due to one of the fires, Eaton or Palisades, or any other qualified disaster from the 1st of January 2023 through the 8th of January 2025. You also have to have owned and occupied the home. It can be up to 4 units on the property. And there are income limits of a combined amount of $140,700. Now, if you do apply, you do want to make sure that you're prepared to provide mortgage statements, homeowners insurance or FEMA claim, proof of income, utility bills, and bank statements. If you need some assistance, you can call the number 800-501-0018 Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. to get assistance. Or if you need some help in person, you can go to the Altadena Community Center and get some help from 9 to 5 from the folks at Neighborhood Housing Services. This is at 730 East Altadena Drive, or if you're in LA, you can go to the One Stop Building Center at 1828 Sawtelle Boulevard in Los Angeles. Now, there's only a few more slides. It's short today. The folks at Harambe are providing free vision screenings and eyeglasses. It's exclusively for Eaton Canyon fire survivors, and it is by appointment only. In order to schedule your appointment, you would go to tinyurl.com Helen Kellen Helen Keller Screenings. That's all caps, or you can scan the QR code. Now, this is, Harambe is at 1609 Navarro Avenue in Pasadena, and some of the services that are provided. I apologize. Let me go back. It's 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. today. Some of the services provided are vision screenings, on-site refractions or eye exams, prescription eyeglasses, and referrals. Now, they do ask that if you currently wear glasses, please bring them. And if you're wearing contacts, you're probably gonna have to take them out before you actually have the screening. But definitely wear them to get to where you need to go. Don't need you running into things. And then the third installment of the latest ongoing workshop series provided by LA Fire Justice is going to be tomorrow, August 19th, where they're going to be discussing building smart. This workshop will be held at the LA Fire Justice Office, which is 221 East Walnut Street, Suite 100. Opening remarks begin at 6:30. Then the guest speakers begin at 6:45, followed by Q&A at 7:30, and refreshments will be provided. The Altadena Rotary Social. So tomorrow at the Good Neighbor Bar, located at 2311 Lincoln Avenue, there is going to be the Altadena Rotary Club social event. It's a corner of the patio is going to be reserved for everyone attending this. It's family, friends, and kids are welcome. Taco Casa truck is available, or you can bring your own food. And they do indicate that all beverages, including non-alcoholic, must be purchased on site. And there is a table. There is table service from Good Neighbor Bar and West Altadena Wine and Beverage. Again, that is they want you to stop by between 5 and 8. Which is their closing time to participate. If you have questions, you can reach out to Tom at POIENZANI or at gmail.com. Colenzani, yeah. And then also at Harambe, this Friday from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m., there will be Dina Summer Nights, where they're going to be providing games, food, vibes, art, and community. This again is at 1609 Navarro Avenue in Pasadena. And then Chris Holden's 26th Annual Community Resource Fair and Block Party will be this Saturday, August 23rd from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. It's the 500 block of East Jackson Street in Pasadena. Bring the whole family to play games, listen to live music, pick up resources from local nonprofits and agencies, shop local businesses, and encourage each other as a community. They do have the QR code. Definitely scan it. I believe they want you to register, or it's there for more for additional information. Again, Saturday from 3 to 7, 500 block of East Jackson Street. And then the Miracle City Ministries and partners present the Altadena Rebuilding Conference. It's going to be Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., located at 997 East Walnut Street in Pasadena. It is 2 blocks east of Lake Avenue. There's going to be several presenters, such as LA County Planning, Excel Insurance Adjusters, Hope Crisis Response Network, LA County Fire Department, and many, many more. Please check this out. If you would like more information, you can contact 626-989-2281 or via email at miraclecityministries@yahoo.com. That's the last one for today. It was nice, short, and to the point. I bring us all back. And I bring some of us back.
His chair is there. He's probably still getting his coffee.
Sipping on that.
On his vittles in the refrigerator.
Oh yeah. I hope they didn't take no more of his food. That's just wrong. Wrong.
But hey, we have a plan for it, so.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Those who are taking the food, if you're watching, I would suggest you stop. It's not gonna be good for you. It's not gonna be good.
Don't even say nothing.
It's just not gonna be good. You should not do bad things like that.
Should
Don't
not
take
take
people's
people's
food.
food. Oh, it sounds like he just came back in the door.
Yeah.
Um,
Shazam!
the
So,
Fro Man.
Tony, tell us about tomorrow. What's happening tomorrow?
Tomorrow we are having Chris Holden from LA Fire Justice on the show at 10 a.m. with me for the Tony Talk Show. Excited to learn about the event, for him to give more detailed information than just the flyer. And then I'm quite sure he'll go into LA Fire Justice and what they're doing. And we saw the flyer for the event tomorrow night. So I know that he will also speak about that in upcoming events and what they're doing as far as LA Fire Justice.
That'll be really informative.
Yeah, definitely will be informative. So from 10 to 11 or just under 11 o'clock, he'll be here with us and excited about that and looking forward to speaking with him.
The Instagram for me, TikTok, but that
Underwater.
and now I'm sounding bad.
That
Underwater.
is crazy.
I
What
heard
did you-
Instagram and I heard now and then everything else. Sorry, B.
What did you do before when you got it to work again? Because you went off camera, then you came back, and then it was working.
Oh, let's try that.
Because I know all I ever do is just unplug my microphone and plug it back in. That usually works. Because these things are so temperamental, you would think they would just work. It's crazy. Crazy. Chris Holden. Yeah, that's going to be good. And then you have, on Thursday, you have Janet, right? From
I gotta
Farrell's
call her
Burger.
today, or I'll at least email her because she's supposed to come, and I'm hoping that she does. But yes, from I almost said Burger King, Farrell's Burgers, to come on and talk about all the amazing things that they've been doing. It seems like since day one or week one after the fires, when they could get back up there, even when they had no electricity, no anything, they still found a way to help the community and feed the community. They had outdoor grills and all kinds of stuff. And then they partnered with so many entities that have given away mattresses, that have given like so much. So definitely want Janet to come on and talk about that. She's slated for, I'm sorry, were you speaking?
You couldn't hear me?
No, it was no sound, but now you're a little gargled, but say it. No, just say it.
I said Juicy Little has been with her since day one.
Yes.
Juicy Little, right. I've reached out to her to come on. I haven't heard back from her, so
That girl is so busy. Everywhere
I
I,
know.
go, she's at. Where I'm like, girl, when do you take a break?
Right.
yeah.
Never. She got that young energy.
Yeah, so
I'm surprised I could keep up with it.
so that, yeah, and then let's see. I don't have the sheet up in front of me. I know I have people coming on next week that will be exciting too, but constantly just reaching out, trying to get people to come back on that did, like the builders, and then other really important people working with the county on some things now, like I said. So we're constantly planning and, even though we're here from 10 to 11, there's a lot of behind the scenes work that goes on and for all three of us, and doing everything we can just to make sure that the community gets the information that they need and knows what to
That's
do
right.
and where
And
to go.
I'll actually be having Joel Bryan on Friday. And this is just, one of those many things that we're trying to just share with the community. We're trying to be different. We're trying to bring all kind of different things your way, so that you're aware of what's happening. You can make your educated decisions on everything we're bringing to you. So
I've been slacking on my pimping. Can y'all hear me?
slimping on your pimping. Yeah,
Okay.
I can hear you.
So I will be making a flyer for all three of those today. So that now, should I make it together or make them separate?
Oh, you can make
For what?
for the three people, for
For the three people that
Chris,
are coming
Janet,
on this week.
Kind of
you
late
can.
for Chris since he'll be on tomorrow. I wouldn't even.
No. See,
No, he
let me
likes
tell
putting
you.
them on the day of
Yeah, because I
or the night
find
before.
that they get pushed all the way down by the time people see them because so many people are posted in these groups. So I tend to want to do them at 4 in the morning because this way no one's posted yet.
I'm open either way.
Okay.
Individual ones have been kind of working, I think.
I can make those.
Yeah, we haven't done a group one.
We did one.
We
That
did
was
one.
the one last week.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
And
true.
it got something like 800 views. So that's why I like to do them the day of because it kind of gives the people, oh, this is happening right now in a few minutes. So I can now prepare for it.
Yeah. Well, whatever you do, I'll be promoting it. And I'll do it the day of. If I get it earlier, I'm gonna do it before too. It's gonna be good.
Yep.
Cool
And
beans.
yeah. I
Now,
thought
what am I
today
going to eat today?
we do always have to cover that. It's a very serious topic.
Where Altadena Dining Club is going to be somewhere. I just saw the thing. I'll have to figure that out. But I like to participate in like those types of things because it brings awareness to what we're doing and combine strengths and get their crowd to watch. Being inclusive, keeping them included in things, it's really been cool lately. I've been enjoying going to the events. I just wish I had enough time to do it. There was a distraction on Saturday that I had to shoot all the way back out to Santa Clarita and then come all the way back out here. So it was just like, I just
Gene called me Saturday, Jamal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
We talked for, I don't know, an hour or something, but I gave him a lot of the information that he was, same thing, like, well, I'm not sure about this. What about this? I know you guys have the shows. So obviously, since I have a lot of that info, I gave it to him. And then he said that him and his mom had met with Kendra and really like her, but she said, go and talk to whoever you need to, right? And then if you need to come back, come on. And so I gave him some other builders information, contact information, and sent him over that builder's guide that Kendra created for the steps so people could know. Sent him and his mom that. And he did text me yesterday saying thank you so much for all the information and the talk and all this. So it was really good that I was able to, because for a while, when he first called me, he was in the car, but then he got to where his mom was and was able to put me on speaker so she could hear a lot of it. And then I also told them about the Builder Summit, that's coming up or whatever that the county wants. So it's just a matter of, like even Edub was saying, people getting the information, especially some of the seniors, where they may not watch this, but some of their children might say, okay, well, we got this info. So super glad to be available and be of service so that he could get the information that he needed for his mom.
Greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
Definitely appreciate it.
Well, Sherry and her family is all in. Kendra, they're like, we're done. We gave the deposit. Let's go. And they like, I said, brothers, fight the power. I ain't got time to be worried about this. 98 years old. Get busy. Let's go.
That's how I would feel.
Let's get her done.
And you know what, Tony? Maybe her mom can be an inspiration to your dad. Because if she's going to rebuild, and she's 98, she's like, all right, look, we going. She said that first day after she coached me up, talking about she's been living in this house for 60 years and ain't leaving.
Well, it's not about just my dad. It's about anybody that is elderly that is not sure or has made a decision not to, or they are, or whatever, right? I'm thankful that this show, and maybe one day we can have her on and talk about what made that decision for her. Because to me, personally, anyone who has had 40, 50 plus years of their life and they happen to lose it. Because one thing I know Gene said, and I said, let me tell you this, Gene, none of us are taking anything with us. I said, so the fact that it may not be your exact house like it was, but your mom gets to have a home to live out the latter years of her life that is hers, that is encouraging. That is the goal, right? For me to see all our seniors come back. Of course, we'll never forget the memories, but the things that were in it, right? Items that you might have gotten in travels or, souvenirs or who knows what, right? Awards. Those things that were lost are forever lost. We have those memories. But when we take our last breath, none of this stuff is going with us. Not a shoe, not a ring, not a purse.
Oh, I'm taking my shoe.
Not a door. You might take some in your casket. I don't know. I could care less, right?
I'm gonna take that shoe.
My kids, look, let the VA
Not
bury
both
me.
of them, but just
Like
one.
how Denzel said, I'm leaving here with something.
So the fact is, none of these houses can go with us, right? And I don't mean to say that in a crass way.
No, you're absolutely right.
Because that is reality at the end of our lives. But if for now we're still here, we're still breathing, we still have movement and all of that, rebuild, get back in your house to enjoy your latter years, right? So if it's somebody who's 98 or 70 or 102 or 85 or 92 or whatever, I'm going to do everything I can, whether I'm related to them or not, to make sure they have the accurate information, to make sure they have access to these builders. And if I got to go and sling a hammer, right?
Hammer time.
Or use a nail gun to help
them out,
build or put up drywall or whatever. When I say I will volunteer and I will be there every weekend, every Saturday, if I got to take a day off work during the week and be there, I'm good with that. Because I just want our community to be back, to feel that they're at home in their home. You can be in an Airbnb, you can be renting an apartment or a condo or a house or whatever, but it's not
no place like home.
There's no place like home. And that comes with the atmosphere, the environment, walking down your street, the things that you were used to, right? Yeah. Granted, you may not have every pot and pan and cup and bowl and spoon that you had, and you gotta, and as a woman and a cook, and I know you Q and y'all cook, but you got a favorite burner that you cook on, you got a favorite pot that you use, you got a favorite spoon to stir with, you might have a whole bunch, but you got one or two favorites that you always use for. I got a favorite spatula, God help that it don't ever break, but different stuff, right? And so I want people to be able to go back home.
Surprise.
Right. But I want people to go back home and buy their replacement items, right? If they can find
for this next phase.
Exactly. And make a new favorite pot. Make a new favorite that I don't care what your age is. If you're 40, you get to live in this home and have all your new favorite stuff. And like Stogieman says, make it enjoyable while we're here, right? While we're still alive. And the fact that we are, and we get to wake up and have breath in our lungs every day and movement in our arms and legs and all of that. I just want people to be okay underground, then go eat.
That's Brandon.
I know he's over there at school, I'm sure, Brandon. That's why I said, okay, underground. He said, I'm starving because you guys were talking about it. I'm not talking about food because I will not be eating until after 6 p.m. So
we're gonna have to make sure we don't show you pictures of our meals then.
It wouldn't matter. I'm disciplined. I'm determined. I got 11 days where I won't be eating till after 6 p.m. This is one. See, it has the times 9, 10, 12. I'm at 2.
Where'd you get that bottle from? That's dope.
So I have 2 of them. I found these a couple years ago at grocery outlet in Azusa. I have 2 of them. They're different colors, and it closes. The top just, pops down, and then it has a straw, and you just drink your water. And so my church is fasting. We started today for 11 days, and we're not eating food until the evening. So it's all water. So I have some protein in here, clear protein mixed in, which gives a little flavor. But this is my meal today, and I'm good.
Cool. I did a water fast for almost a month. Where literally that's all I had was water.
Mine's 11 days. Yep. How was it?
You
didn't even eat after?
All I had was water.
Oh, wow. See, we're eating after 6 p.m. No sugar, that kind of stuff. But it'll be salads and proteins, which I'm good with. I can grill chicken breast. I can make a salad, But yeah, so I got up and did my walk and prayed early this morning for an hour and a half or whatever, which I try to do every morning at 6. And then this is my friend and this is just one. I have another one in the refrigerator because this is supposed to go till 8 p.m. This is the 2 o'clock mark and it's only 11:44. That's why I said a couple times, I'll be right back. Because I gotta go and it's coming in, it gotta go out. But yeah, so I have a couple of these and I like that I can walk with it if I need to with the strap on it, right? Or
cool.
this and just do what I need to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look for that.
You all enjoy your meals. I will enjoy mine.
Right on. Hope everybody have a good Monday and a fantastic week. Tune in tomorrow when we have Chris Holden and Tony talking.
Keep smiling, keep being happy, keep being graceful to people, keep showing love. Have a wonderful day.
Keep shining, keep smiling. Know that you can always count on
me.
For sure.
That was Dionne Warwick and
Elton John and Stevie Wonder and Gladys. All the old heads. That's what friends are for.
That's what friends are.
Shoot, we are their age now. That they were then doing that song.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Some are still here, some aren't.
All right, y'all. Peace out.
Toodles.